Hey Bougie click. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that might just challenge everything you think you know about dating and self-worth. Have you ever heard the saying, "You're only as good as your ex"? It might sound harsh, but in the world of relationships, there's a surprising amount of truth to it. Join me as we explore the concept of pretty privilege and how our past relationships can serve as a mirror reflecting our true social value. From understanding unrealistic expectations to recognizing the importance of self-awareness in attracting high-value partners, this video will provide you with a reality check that could transform your dating life. So, grab a seat and let's unpack the intricacies of attraction and self-perception together.
I'ma make you a fan.
You're only as good as your ex, a reality check. In today's world, everyone wants to believe they are a 10, but there's a harsh reality that many of us often sidestep. You are only as good as your ex. Social media is flooded with selfies, glamorous vacations, and luxury lifestyles, creating the illusion of perfection. But let's cut through the fantasy and face the facts. The real measure of our allure is not what we see in the mirror, but who has chosen to be in our lives. If you've never dated someone who fits the classic mold of high value, it might be time to reassess your place in the social hierarchy. This isn't about self-worth or intrinsic value as a human being, it's about the cold, hard social currency of pretty privilege. If you've never been in a serious relationship with someone who is extremely good-looking, wealthy, or at least a provider, it's time to face the music. Maybe, just maybe, you aren't as pretty privileged as you think you are. The harsh reality of unrealistic expectations. First off, let's debunk the myth that you can expect things you've never received from men who have never been interested in you. It's like expecting a gourmet meal from a fast food joint, unrealistic and bound to disappoint. If your dating history is a string of lackluster relationships with men who neither dazzle with their looks nor impressed with their bank accounts, it's a sign. You can't expect a prince when you've only ever dated frogs. It's a common fantasy to dream of suddenly snagging that drop-dead gorgeous, fabulously wealthy partner. However, if you've never attracted such a person before, this expectation might be more of a daydream than a realistic goal. Believing that you can leap from dating average folks to captivating a model-esque millionaire overnight is akin to expecting a windfall from a lottery ticket, possible, but highly improbable. Understanding your own level. It's important to acknowledge where you stand on the attractiveness and social status scale. If you're a self-assessed strong 5, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Embracing your reality rather than inflating your self-image is crucial. Dating someone on a similar level can lead to fulfilling and genuine connections. Pretending to be more attractive or higher status than you are not only sets yourself up for disappointment but also does a disservice to the good men who genuinely appreciate you for who you are. The pitfalls of aiming too high. Setting your sights on someone who is significantly more attractive or socially superior can be a recipe for heartache. A 10 may use a 5 for physical intimacy or financial gain, without any intention of a serious commitment. It's an unfortunate truth that people often gravitate towards those within their perceived league, and attempting to punch above your weight can lead to feelings of rejection and inadequacy. Preferences and realities. We all have preferences, and that's perfectly natural. However, it's important to recognize that these preferences go both ways. Just as you might prefer a partner with certain qualities, others have their preferences too. By understanding and respecting this reciprocal nature, you can avoid the trap of unrealistic expectations. It's essential to recognize that if high-caliber, high-value men are not drawn to you, feeling angry or entitled will not be beneficial. Some women mistakenly think they deserve certain men based on superficial traits that hold little significance for men. Men and women prioritize different aspects in relationships, and beauty ranks high on men's lists. Attracting a good-looking, high-value man is a privilege, not a right, and this privilege is often extended to women with pretty privilege. In the intricate tapestry of social dynamics, there's a nuanced distinction between being pretty and being pretty privileged. One can find themselves in a middle ground, not fitting the conventional labels of ugly or pretty privileged yet possessing unique charm. Most people fall into this category, and we call this average. Simply being pretty does not automatically grant someone the societal advantages that come with pretty privilege. For instance, a woman might be attractive but not possess the supermodel allure of icons like Cindy Crawford or Naomi Campbell, whose striking beauty often opens doors and presents opportunities that others may not experience. Thus, pretty privilege involves an added layer of societal favor and recognition that extends beyond merely being attractive. Instead of pursuing someone entirely out of reach, concentrate on fostering meaningful connections with those who appreciate you for who you truly are. The proof is in the pudding. It's an age-old saying, but it rings true in the realm of relationships. The proof is in the pudding. High-value individuals, whether in terms of appearance, wealth, or status, tend to gravitate towards others of similar caliber. If your exes don't fit this mold, it might be a sign that your perceived value doesn't align with reality. This isn't about superficial judgments, it's about understanding the dynamics of attraction and status in our society. The delusion of universal exceptionalism. In today's society, there's a pervasive belief that everyone is exceptional, above average, unique, and deserving of the best life has to offer. Social media amplifies this notion, with countless posts showcasing idealized versions of lives filled with beauty, wealth, and glamour. However, this often leads to a distorted self-perception and unrealistic expectations. The truth is, not everyone is above average, and that's perfectly okay. This belief in universal exceptionalism creates a gap between self-perception and reality. Many people convince themselves they possess pretty privilege or high value, despite evidence to the contrary. It's essential to confront the reality that if you consistently attract partners who don't fit the mold of what society deems high value, it may be a reflection of where you truly stand in the social hierarchy. Redefining average. Being average isn't a condemnation or a negative label, it's simply a reflection of where most people land on the spectrum of attractiveness and social status. Average individuals are neither exceptionally privileged nor disadvantaged, they exist comfortably within the middle ground. While being average may not seem glamorous, it offers its own set of advantages, such as the ability to form genuine, meaningful, and lasting connections with those who appreciate you for who you are. It's important to shift our perspective and understand that being average doesn't equate to being unattractive or undesirable. It simply means that you are relatable to a large portion of the population, making it easier to find partners who are on the same wavelength and share common values and interests. Embracing reality and building authentic connections. Recognizing where you fit in the social hierarchy can be an empowering realization. It allows you to align your expectations with reality, freeing you from the pressure to chase unattainable ideals. By embracing your true self and acknowledging your place in the world, you open yourself to authentic connections with partners who appreciate and value you for who you are. This acceptance can lead to more fulfilling relationships, where both partners contribute equally and grow together. Instead of focusing solely on external attributes like looks or financial status, you can prioritize qualities that truly matter, such as kindness, intelligence, and emotional compatibility. The reality of pretty privilege. Pretty privilege is real, and it operates on a level that transcends mere physical attractiveness. It's about the whole package: looks, charm, social skills, and yes, sometimes even luck. Women who possess this privilege effortlessly attract high-value men. They don't have to chase, they are pursued. They don't have to settle, they have options. If your dating history doesn't include someone who is notably good-looking, affluent, or a quintessential provider, you might not be as pretty privileged as you think. The world is a mirror, reflecting back what we project. If the reflection isn't what you expected, it's time to look within. Like attracts like, a reflection of self. The phrase "like attracts like" is not just a catchy saying, it's an observation grounded in the dynamics of attraction and relationships. The idea that you attract what you are is a profound truth that many overlook. Your dating history, whether filled with remarkable partners or lackluster companions, is a mirror reflecting your own qualities and values. The whole package, understanding pretty privilege. Pretty privilege isn't merely about physical attractiveness, it's about being the complete package that aligns with what high-value men desire. This includes not only looks but also charm, confidence, social intelligence, femininity, and the ability to engage and connect on meaningful levels. Often, what women perceive as valuable, such as certain styles, career achievements, or social accolades, might not align with what men prioritize in a partner. High-value men, much like their female counterparts, seek partners who complement them, enhance their lives, and embody traits they find desirable. If you find yourself consistently not attracting the affluent or exceptionally attractive men you desire, it may be a sign that there's a disconnect between your self-perception and the qualities you project. Your dating history as a reflection. Your dating history can say a lot about who you are and what you value. If your past partners have been attentive, successful, and supportive, it likely reflects your own strengths and qualities. Conversely, if your relationships have been tumultuous or unfulfilling, it might suggest areas for personal growth or a reassessment of what you truly seek in a partner. The concept of like attracts like emphasizes that we tend to draw in people who mirror our own qualities and values. If you are not attracting the caliber of partner you desire, it may be time to consider how you present yourself and what you truly offer in a relationship. Are you the person you want to attract? Do you embody the values and traits that align with the type of partner you seek? The provider paradigm. Let's talk about the provider. A man who pays all the bills and ensures you have the essentials like food, clothing, and shelter is a rare breed. If you've never been in a relationship with such a man, it might be time to reassess your perceived pretty privilege. The harsh truth is that pretty privileged women attract top-tier, high-value men. These men are not just good-looking or rich, they are providers who elevate the lives of their partners. The distinction between being tricked on and being taken care of. In the intricate world of relationships, the concept of pretty privilege plays a pivotal role in determining the dynamics between partners. A key distinction lies in being tricked on versus being truly taken care of. Understanding this difference can illuminate the pathways available to women who navigate these social waters. The illusion of being tricked on. Being tricked on often involves receiving gifts, attention, or financial support in exchange for companionship or other ephemeral benefits. It's a transactional relationship where the man is essentially paying to play, often lacking a genuine commitment to the woman's long-term well-being. Such arrangements can feel empowering in the short term but rarely lay a foundation for a stable or meaningful future. While some may find temporary satisfaction in these relationships, they often lack the depth and security that come with true commitment. This dynamic is more about immediate gratification rather than building a future together, and it can leave women feeling uncertain about their standing in a partner's life. The security of being taken care of. In contrast, pretty privileged women often find themselves in relationships where they are genuinely taken care of. This goes beyond financial support, it involves emotional security, long-term planning, and a commitment to the woman's well-being. These women attract partners who are not only willing to provide but are also invested in their future. They often find themselves in marriages where they do not have to go 50-50, and their partners ensure their security through life insurance policies, investments, and other financial safeguards. Importantly, a man doesn't need to be extraordinarily wealthy to provide this level of care. Many men who are not millionaires still prioritize their family's future, setting up life insurance policies, stocks, or bonds to ensure their loved ones are supported. This reflects a commitment to the relationship and a willingness to prioritize their partner's stability, even in the face of life's uncertainties. The role of the provider. Pretty privileged women often attract men who embody the essence of a provider, someone who plans for the future and ensures their partner is cared for, regardless of financial status. This is not to say that average women cannot experience this level of care, they absolutely can, particularly when they date within their own level. The high-value man. A high-value man is typically characterized by a combination of attributes: good looks, strong character, and financial stability. These men are providers who seek partners that complement their lifestyle and values. However, it's crucial to recognize that not all men of means are exceptionally good-looking. Many are average in appearance but excel in other areas such as character and financial acumen. The acceptable variations. There are variations of high-value men who, while not fitting the extreme mold, still provide a strong foundation for a relationship. For instance, a man may be average-looking but possess the other attributes that constitute a high-value partner, such as reliability, intelligence, and the ability to provide for a family. These men are often overlooked simply because they don't meet superficial standards of attractiveness, yet they offer genuine partnership and support. Embracing realistic expectations. Ultimately, understanding and embracing realistic expectations in relationships is key. While pretty privileged women often attract high-caliber partners who provide for them, average women can also find fulfilling relationships by aligning with partners who share similar values and goals. It's about finding someone who complements your life and shares a vision for the future. By focusing on qualities that truly matter, such as character, commitment, and compatibility, rather than solely on superficial attributes, women can build meaningful and lasting relationships. Embracing this mindset not only enhances personal growth but also opens the door to genuine connections that are both satisfying and secure. A wake-up call for both genders. This isn't just a message for women. Men, listen up too. The notion that only women are judged by the quality of their partners is outdated. High-value men are also expected to attract top-tier partners. If you've never been with someone who fits this description, perhaps your self-image needs a little recalibration. Understanding this can be empowering, as it pushes us to grow and improve. Men, stop being delusional too. In the realm of relationships, it's not uncommon for expectations to soar beyond the bounds of reality. Just as women sometimes harbor unrealistic expectations of attracting a high-value partner without embodying the corresponding traits, men can fall into the same trap. The concept of like attracts like applies to everyone, irrespective of gender. The reality check for men. Men often believe that financial success or a strong character can compensate for a lack of physical attractiveness. While these traits are undeniably valuable, they don't negate the importance of physical appeal in the dating world. Just as men gravitate towards women who possess pretty privilege, women are equally drawn to men who are physically appealing. Looks matter to everyone. It's important to acknowledge that physical appearance is a significant factor for both genders. Society often downplays this truth, suggesting that women prioritize emotional connection or financial stability over looks. However, the reality is that physical attractiveness is high on everyone's list, regardless of what people might claim. A man may have wealth and a sterling character, but if he lacks physical appeal, he may find it challenging to attract the supermodel-type partners he desires. The importance of self-awareness. For men, embracing this reality isn't about diminishing their self-worth, it's about cultivating self-awareness and realistic expectations. If you're not naturally good-looking, it's essential to recognize that your pool of potential partners might not include individuals who are pretty privileged. Instead of fixating on unattainable ideals, focus on building connections with people who appreciate you for who you are. The balance of attributes. While wealth and character are significant assets, they form just part of the equation. A balanced approach, where physical appearance, personality, and financial stability align, is crucial. Men who lack one of these elements should strive to improve in other areas while maintaining realistic expectations about the type of partner they can attract. Facing the mirror. It's a tough pill to swallow, but self-awareness is the first step to growth. If your dating history doesn't include any high-value men, it might be time to look in the mirror and accept that you might not have the pretty privilege you thought you did. This isn't about diminishing your worth, it's about understanding the social dynamics at play. The dangers of denial, the cost of not accepting your average. When individuals fail to acknowledge their position as average in the social hierarchy and persist in pursuing partners beyond their realistic reach, they often find themselves in precarious situations. This denial can lead to relationships where one party exploits the other's desires without genuine affection or commitment. Understanding that both men and women can be susceptible to such dynamics is crucial for fostering healthier, more reciprocal relationships. The trap of unbalanced dynamics. When people refuse to accept their average status, they enter relationships with skewed expectations. Men might believe they can win over high-value women through charm and wealth alone, while women may think their success is enough to secure a wealthy, attentive partner. However, without the foundational qualities that these high-value individuals seek, the relationship often becomes one-sided and transactional. Men and provision, a clear indicator. For men, the notion of stepping up as a provider is deeply ingrained in societal expectations of masculinity. If a man does not feel compelled to provide for his partner, whether financially, emotionally, or otherwise, it may be a sign that she isn't his ideal type. A man who is truly invested in a relationship will naturally want to ensure his partner's well-being and security. When this instinct is absent, it reflects a lack of genuine connection or commitment. Women and nurturing, the feminine response. Similarly, women have traditionally been seen as nurturers and caregivers. When a woman is genuinely in love, her natural inclination is to support and care for her partner, expressing affection and emotional connection. If a woman doesn't display these nurturing tendencies, it often suggests she isn't fully invested in the relationship. The absence of this nurturing behavior can be a red flag, indicating that the partnership might not be as strong or genuine as it seems. Love and the activation of gender roles. When people fall in love, there's a natural activation of their inherent masculine and feminine traits. Men often become more protective and provision-oriented, while women become more nurturing and supportive. These instinctual behaviors create a harmonious balance, where both partners feel valued and fulfilled. However, when individuals ignore their average standing and pursue unattainable partners, these natural dynamics don't activate. Instead, the relationship may lack the depth and authenticity that comes from mutual appreciation and connection. The result is often a superficial relationship where one or both parties feel unfulfilled or used. Accepting reality for genuine love. To foster meaningful relationships, it's imperative to accept where you truly stand. By recognizing your own level and seeking partners who match you in terms of looks, values, and interests, you create the opportunity for a balanced and fulfilling partnership. When both partners are genuinely invested in one another, the relationship thrives, activating those natural masculine and feminine roles that bring joy and satisfaction. Understanding and accepting your average status isn't about settling, it's about embracing reality to build genuine connections. By aligning your expectations with who you truly are, you open the door to authentic relationships that are rich in love, support, and mutual respect. Understanding where you truly stand in the social hierarchy isn't about putting yourself down, it's about honesty and growth. If you find that your relationship history doesn't align with your self-perception, use it as motivation. Develop your skills, enhance your appearance, or work on your emotional intelligence. The goal isn't merely to attract someone who fits the high-value mold but to become a completer and more fulfilled person. Conclusion. In summary, the notion that your worth is tied to your ex reflects the social reality of pretty privilege. If you haven't experienced a serious relationship with a high-value partner, it may be time to recognize that you might not be as privileged as you believe. This isn't a criticism, it's an opportunity to comprehend the intricacies of attraction and to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, self-improvement is the ultimate transformation. Your dating history can serve as a revealing mirror, showcasing truths you may have ignored. Welcome these revelations and allow them to steer you toward a more genuine and self-aware future. After all, True worth is not derived from our partner's status but from the richness of our character and the depth of our personal development. Ultimately, the secret to happiness in relationships lies in aligning your expectations with reality. By seeking partners who match you in terms of appearance, values, and lifestyle, you create a foundation for a successful and fulfilling partnership. It's about finding someone who enhances your journey rather than pursuing an unattainable ideal. By adopting this perspective, you not only invite authentic connections but also promote self-growth and acceptance, which are far more rewarding than chasing after a fleeting fantasy. Thank you for joining me today on this deep dive into the reality of relationships and the concept of pretty privilege. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insightful content. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What have your experiences been with dating and self-perception? Remember, understanding your own value and attracting the right partner is a journey, and it starts with self-awareness. Let's continue this conversation and support each other in our paths to meaningful connections. Until next time, keep shining and embracing your true self. What do you think? Are you only as good as your ex? Let me know in the comments section. Stay bougie. Follow and support me. All links in bio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check description for more info. New episodes every day.